it's me, Canadensis, and I can't believe it because I have the Monster High Beetlejuice 2-pack to share with you today. So, if you were following me around the time that this came out, you might remember that I was extremely upset that I wasn't able to get it. Unfortunately, I just did not have the money at the time, and as much as I love The Shining, Beetlejuice has more of like a nostalgia to me because my parents both love it. It has like sentimental value to me, so I was really bummed when I wasn't able to get these. And one of you guys, Toy Therapy, shout out to you. I will link them in the description if you guys are interested in following. Offered to sell me one at retail because they managed to get two. And I'm so grateful and I'm so excited to see them. I'm mostly excited about Lydia, but it seems that this box is very much themed towards Beetlejuice, which makes sense. It's the titular character. Probably well, I don't know who would be considered more iconic. I don't know. Anyway, so the box is just like the Shining Twins box. So it says Beetlejuice and that shows up in the movie. And then the gravestone that is in the model of the town, with Beetlejuice leaning on it, and then it says from the makers of Monster High Skullector. On the side we have close-ups of probably no, these aren't the prototypes, Lydia and Beetlejuice, and then the side of the box as well, and then it says Beetlejuice and Lydia dolls. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, okay. Come on, ghoul, it's showtime. Say my name 3 times and we'll be compadres, amigos, BFFs. I'll show you the ropes about being a ghost, and you help me get back to the land of the living. What do you say? If only more of the recently deceased were like my goth to bestie Lydia. You gotta love her pitch dark sense of fashion. It's totally to die for. She has some scary good Calypso moves too, so stop acting grave and just say it. Together, we're gonna be the best bioexorcist team this podunk Winter River Village has ever seen. And then it has a picture of Lydia in front of the gravestone here. I really wish they came with this as a prop because that would have been so cool, and it's like all over the advertising and the packaging. Oh, by the way, let me know if you know what they meant here, but it says my goth to bestie. Does it mean like Lydia has been converted from a goth to a bestie? Are goth and bestie mutually exclusive, like you can only be a goth or a bestie? Let me know. Goths and besties in the chat. Sound off, it's your time. Alright, and now we're gonna get our first look at the dolls. I really hope I got good ones. I don't know if these dolls have had misprinting problems, but I know Monster High dolls generally do. So, let's see. They're perfect. Oh my god. I'm so excited about Lydia. And Beetlejuice, of course, but like Lydia. Okay. Oh, it's so amazing. So it's got the house, of course, on this side, and then the other side has the grave. And it's from the model kit too. You can see the corrugated cardboard. That's actually a really nice art that they did there. Oh, this is so great. Lydia has her little camera. So if you're new here, I don't like to look at the like photos generally very carefully because I want to be surprised when I get them. So if I point out something that was extremely obvious in pictures you saw online, that is why. Well, if I point it out as if I'm surprised, obviously I'm going to point out every detail. Alrighty, so I'm going to get them out of the box. I would do it on camera, but it is a giant pain. You basically have to cut a bunch over here, and then you have to very carefully pry them out so that you don't hurt the box. I am keeping the boxes for these because they're compact, and they're going to be easy for me to keep. And then if I don't want them anymore, I'm sure somebody will want them. So, I will be right back, and when we return, Lydia and Beetlejuice will be out of the box. So I will see you there. They are both out of the box. The box was easier to open this time, but maybe that's because I was used to it or something, but it's really, really tight at the top piece where the tab is that you have to pull out, so you might get minor tearing there if you're unboxing them, but meh, whatever. So they only come with one accessory. The Shining Twins came with, I think, 3, but one of them was just a sheet of paper, so it's okay. It's the handbook for the recently deceased. I think it's a sticker, yeah, it's like a sticker or cardboard or something, and then just a plastic piece. It's cute, it does its job, I like it, and it looks just like in the movie, of course. And then the dolls are impressive quality. I was kind of expecting them to be lesser quality, specifically because of the, like, material on her outfit. I just felt like in the pictures it didn't look super high quality, but I'm actually really impressed. The construction's really nice. All of the, like, pieces they put together, I think, were competent, and I like the patterns they used. Overall, I'm really, really happy with the outfits. I'm going to give you guys a closer look at each of their outfits and mention all of the little
references that I notice as we go. Beetlejuice. So this is a looser interpretation because they had to convert him to a female, but I think they did a fantastic job. I really liked the way that they did the makeup, the hair, the contouring on the face, the outfit. I think everything worked really, really well here, and this is just... We know that the Monster High team is extremely capable of doing really impressive designs and really clever nods to the source material, and of course this doll does it as well. I think it's really, really well done. We've got the sandworm earrings. There's like this interesting contouring going on with the green, which I really like, and it matches the hair perfectly, which is pretty impressive, honestly. If it didn't, it would have thrown the whole thing off, so I'm really glad that it did. And I really, really love this, like, the curly eyelashes. I think it's super nice. And look at those individually painted hairs on the eyelashes. I don't feel like Monster High did that often, if at all, and I think it looks really, really, really good. The lips are a very, very dark mauve type of color. They look really, really nice. And her hair is, I believe this is just a bad nylon. It's what they used on the electrified dolls in the Monster High reboot. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it holds the crimp really well, so that's the main thing. Most of these dolls are staying in the box anyway, and it is good quality hair. I just personally don't like how it feels. I feel like it feels very dry. Her headpiece is, of course, a reference to that little, like, carnival thing she has going on in the movie. He has going on in the movie. I really like this piece. It's super nice. Monster High, it's really impressive how Monster High creates new molds for so many things. I know there's a lot of reused molds here, but they really try to give us really unique and interesting accessories for every single doll, and I appreciate it a ton. The suit is a really nice piece as well. It's a jacket with this, like, bodysuit underneath, I guess. And the tie is plastic, but I think it actually looks really, really good. I think the thing that's saving it is that the little, like, lapel thing here, the collar, lapel, oh my gosh, it's a collar. The collar matches with the skin tone really well, so it's not super distracting or anything. I think if they had used it, like, directly on top of the outfit, like they had pulled the outfit all the way up, I think it would have looked really weird. But like this, I really like it. So this is Calla Marie's belt. I immediately knew because I used to love just doing this with it when I was younger. And it's in a new color. I think it looks good. I think it's kind of a strange choice for this particular use, but it works and I'm not mad at it. The bodysuit is well constructed and it's made out of a different material than this, but the color matching is really nice. This is kind of like a, you know that like plasticky feeling material that Barbie uses all the time? It's that material. That's what I was worried about it being, but I'm not too mad at it. Because I think the reason they did it is so that they wouldn't have to hem this situation because it would have been kind of challenging, and as long as it looks nice, I'm happy, and I think it looks really, really nice. Moving on down, she has this really interesting, like, layered mesh situation going on, so this is very spiderwebby, and then this is just kind of, like, snotty and ghosty looking. I like it a lot. It's a piece that they completely came up with on their own. It's not derivative of the source material at all, and I think it's really, really nice. I mean, like, it's not coming from the source material directly in any way. And then I'm gonna move down just a little bit so that we can look at the shoes. Decide whose shoes I like better. Both of them are pretty similar from the front. They're both kind of just like, you know, your traditional black shoes. And then on the back, they have heels that are, of course, references to the movie. Monster High always gave us really cool heels. I'm just going to show you Lydia's up close now as well. So they are the snake that Beetlejuice turns into to scare the family at the dinner party, which I think look super good. I wish that there was some sort of painted detail on these because I think it really would have elevated it because the molds on these are super impressive. And then on the front, there's a little spider on the shoelace. And then for Beetlejuice's shoes, we have the faces that Barbara and Adam make when they're trying to, like, come up with ways to scare the family. So you got that, like, big nose and hand look that Adam does, and then the just awful snake face that Barbara makes. And these are super detailed. And again, like, can you imagine if these had even just, like, a dry brushed paint to bring out the detail on them? Gosh, these are so cool. Super cool shoes. Alright, so there's both of their shoes. Now we're gonna look at Lydia. Miss Lydia. So she is definitely the preferred doll for me out of this pack. She turned out absolutely gorgeous. I wanted to say, first of all, that she shares a face mold with Vandala. I really, really love Vandala, so I'm glad that they, like, kind of brought her back in this way. They're both fans of wearing big floppy hats, too. See that? This was kind of my thought from the beginning, that it was Vandalla's face mold, so I'm glad that I was right for once, because I'm usually really, really bad at spotting face molds. She is amazing. I really, really think they picked the right face mold for her. She looks really similar to Winona Ryder, just obviously, like, dollified. Absolutely adorable. She has less detailed eyebrows than Beetlejuice, but if you look closely, you can still see those individually painted hairs over the solid line. Love it. Love detailed bushy eyebrows. I'm glad they're on trend right now, and so they're showing up in dolls. She has these huge doll eyes. They're so pretty. Love the way they did the makeup. I think it turned out super, super good. And then she has this really nice lip color as well. Very orange toned. I love the way that they did the bangs. A lot of doll companies cannot seem to figure out what bangs are and how they work, so I'm really glad to see when they do them well. She has, like, individually gelled, like, little sets of hairs in the actual movie, but here they did 4 spikes, and I like how it looks. I think it would have been really challenging to do the other look, and I don't know if it would have worked in doll scale, so I really, really like how this looks. It's a good interpretation that they had to do here. This is a huge floppy hat. It's black, and it's woven to be like a, you know, like a floppy hat fabric, and it has this ribbon here that goes through the hat and around her neck. And ties. Really, really like this piece. I think this piece would be super good to, like, take a mold of and use for other dolls. It's a really, really cool piece. Her hair is saran, so it's super, super soft. Kind of the standard Monster High hair. Obviously, not Kanekalon. A lot of Monster High dolls use Kanekalon, but you know, like that really soft, high-quality hair that most Monster High dolls have. She has that. She doesn't have earrings, which was an interesting choice, and I agree with it. I think a lot of times earrings really bulk up designs, so I'm not the biggest fan usually. Or, I'm not always the biggest fan of earrings. She has this little brooch or something here. I'm not sure what this is referencing, if it's referencing something, or it might just happen to be a part of this outfit. I'm not sure. She has a little camera, of course, because she's gotta prove the ghosts are in her house. Love it. Love that piece. Another piece that will be very useful with other dolls. She has really tiny little hands. I think these are Cleo's. This is Cleo's hand mold, and my Skull Shores Cleo I think has this one, but I'm not 100% on this one. The Beetlejuice doll just kind of has the standard hand mold. The dress is the piece that's seriously impressing me. They foiled the dress with this amazing swirly vine pattern, and it looks so good. And I believe it's a double layered dress too. Maybe, or if it's just an interesting fabric, I'm not sure. It feels like it might be lined. I honestly can't tell. Maybe it's just the fabric. It's very interesting fabric, and it's so nice. It flows so well on the doll, and it's so well sewn and patterned. It's absolutely beautiful. I really, really like it. They could have just gone with a jet black dress, and it would have worked. So I really appreciate that they went the extra mile to give her this really nice poofy one. And then moving on down, she just has normal fishnets on. Nothing too crazy there. Fits the design well. And then the shoes again. Oop. The shoes look like that. So cool. And then I'm gonna put them both together and pull the camera back up so you can see how they look together. I definitely think the style on the faces is very different. I think Lydia, I don't know, don't they kind of look like they're from different doll lines or like different years within the same doll line? I don't know how to describe it. I hope you can see it. I think it's mainly the size of the pupils, and also this is a reboot face mold and this isn't. I really, really like them though. Lydia's definitely the superior doll. I really, really love her, and I'm so glad I got to get her. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around and give you guys my final. What do you guys think? We got to have our up-close first impressions together. I'm in love. All of the little references to the movie and the different things that they've twisted around from their original designs but still stayed within like a recognizable Lydia and Beetlejuice look. I think I'm just completely floored. They did an amazing job. I knew that they would because I really, really loved the twins. I'm so glad that I was able to get these two packs because they rock. They absolutely rock. I was so bummed again that I wasn't able to get these. I was so disappointed, and Toy Therapy reached out and I was so happy. I'm so happy to have them in my collection, and it means so much to me that you helped me get them. Thank you so much. And I would love to know what you guys think of them up close. Are there any details that surprised you? What's your favorite detail? If you've seen the movie, what is your favorite
like nod to the movie that they have going on. I personally really just like that they picked this Lydia outfit. I think the wedding dress probably would have made more sense, but I don't know, that part of the movie's kind of like, I don't want that immortalized forever on my shelf. So just having really nice representations of the interpretations of the characters on my shelf is really nice. I like that Beetlejuice is much more interpretive, whereas like Lydia is a little, sorry, they're washed out. This is the problem I always have on camera. That's why I always put on heavy blush, or at least I sometimes do. It's because I get so washed out. That's what's happening here. Anyways, I'm really glad to have like a kind of faithful adaptation of Lydia here, and then a more out there version of Beetlejuice here. These rock. These absolutely rock. If you're able to add them to your collection for any reasonable price, I have no idea what they're going for right now, but if you're able to get them for a reasonable price at all, or if they restock anywhere, I highly recommend that you pick them up. I think they're fantastic. They're really, really cool, and anyone who's a fan of Beetlejuice, or even like a entry level into the world of it, like the little TV show and the play and all that stuff, even if you're just like on the surface, I think that these will not disappoint. I think they're fantastic, and I'm so grateful to add them to my collection. And I love Winona Ryder. I'm really, really into the Alien franchise, and I have been for like since I was a little wee child, so it's really cool to have a Winona Ryder doll other than Winona Spider. It's really cool to have a Winona Ryder doll, and they did a really good job somehow making this doll look like the actress. I don't know how they did that. It baffles me when somebody can do a caricature like this and somehow have it actually look like a person, like the real person. Like if I showed this doll to some random person completely without the outfit, I think they might be able to be like, hey, she kind of looks like Winona. I said Winona Ryder. I love them. I'm so excited. Now, I don't know where to display them, though. Like, do I display them, like, with my Alien collection and stuff? I know they're not from Alien, but, you know, like, the same, like, monster movie situation, which is the genre that I like to sit in. I don't know. I really do love these, and I'm so excited. I think my favorite, let me know what your favorite detail is. I think my favorite detail are these heels, because I wasn't expecting them, and I think they're super, super cool. I really like them, but I think Lydia is definitely the superior doll. If you find someone who wants to split the pack with you, and you end up with Lydia, you're getting the better end of the deal, because she's awesome. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so, so much for watching. For real this time. Bye!